All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. So I was gonna go to the track, as you know, but they closed it down for today due to some computer difficulties. So I've decided I'm gonna head to Noble, Oklahoma, which is about like 4.5 hours. I guess the track there is pretty good, so we'll see when we get there. But the DA, it's funny because 4,000 DA, which is what it'll be there tonight, is still really shitty DA compared to these other people running like less than 1,000 DA, which makes a huge difference. You know, it makes a 9-second car a 10-second car, so when you have the high DA like we do. But it's still better than running here, because here today would have been like 6,100 to 6,300. And we talked about going to Streetcar Takeover, which is in Denver, and their DA today is 7,400. So Noble, Oklahoma is a little bit closer than Denver, plus it's only going to be around 4,000. So I'm going to head over to there today. I was going to use our trailer, but of course, with our trailer being broken into, it is not yet fixed. It's actually at the shop right now. It was supposed to be fixed yesterday, and now it's supposed to be fixed by 1 o'clock today, but I'm trying to leave at 1 o'clock, not get the trailer at 1, take it home, and then load everything up. So I actually rented a trailer, so I'm headed over there right now to pick up the trailer, and I've got a couple cans in the back I need to fill up with the 85, and I'm going to make sure I test it while I'm there. Lately it's been testing at E90, but I haven't filled up in probably, I'd say I haven't gone to the station in maybe a month, maybe longer. So I want to make sure that it's still good, because they may have refilled it, because they have been emptied out once. So we're going to make sure we test it, make sure we've got some good E85 in the car, and then we'll get everything loaded up. Kennedy's on her way here from Lubbock right now, because she's going to go with me, and I think we're going to take Cupcake as well. And Kevin may come. He hasn't decided yet, so I guess you'll find out here in probably the next clip or two if Kevin actually shows up. But yeah, we're headed to go pick up the trailer, get some E85, and then we'll start loading everything up. All right, guys, so as you can see back there, we just picked up the trailer. It's from PJ Trailer Sales and Rentals. They're here in Amarillo. So my only concern is those ramps back there. I don't think my car is going to go up those, being as how low it is in the front, especially with the lowering springs it has on it, and with the skinnies, it sits pretty low in the front. So we may have to go pick up some wood and kind of rig it up there. But yeah, that's been my only problem with anytime I've looked at a trailer for sales, making sure it's going to be low enough in the front to get my car in there. And I'm pretty sure with these style of ramps, they're way too steep. So we're going to get home here in just a minute, and we'll check to make sure the car can go up the ramps. All right, guys, so already starting off not too good. So I had to lower the ramp height, so you can see now these are touching. They were like out to here, and they were too tall because my truck is lifted, so it lifted the trailer up a little bit. So this is where they were before, and so I had to lower the ramp height just so the ramps would actually go down, because when you'd lower the ramps, they actually wouldn't go down all the way. They would hit the street first. So first thing in order, gotta lower these ramps. All right, guys, so the car is on the trailer. This is a super narrow trailer, so we couldn't open the doors. And Kennedy had to crawl through the back to close the window. Hey, Ken Dog.
Hey.
Nice legs. So, but the trailer is on. We just got to strap it down now. Like I said, super narrow trailer. So I do not recommend however wide this trailer is. Or get one with the removable fenders. Just watch that gray wire.
Watching it.
Kennedy has joined us too. It's your fault.
Just gonna run.
All right, guys, so we are finished, loaded up. I know some people on here may say I did this the wrong way, but this is what worked for me, and it's pretty sturdy. So we went through the front wheel, put a microfiber there so we don't scratch the wheel. I'm gonna slide this microfiber over a little bit. Zip tied the slack here so that's not flapping around, and then go around back. We went up and over the rear, and we crossed them. Same thing, zip tied all the slack up so it's not moving around. Like I said, I'm sure someone's going to comment that I did this incorrectly or there's a better way to do it, but this is the way that I did it. Same thing, microfiber. I mean, these are race stars, so I don't care too much, but don't want to scratch them up too bad. So just need to slide these microfibers over just a little bit. Same thing, zip tied the slack. I should have put this on the outside, but I think it'll be good. And got 2 gas tanks. I'm going to fill up with the 85 when we get to the station. Got 2 extra tanks, some tools, ice chest for some ice for the ice tank, and then we got some distilled water in there also. got the ghetto ass ramps we had to use to get the car on the trailer, and got the kennel for Cupcake. So we're pretty much good to go. We're gonna go get some E85. We're gonna test it before we put it in the car, and then we're off to Noble, Oklahoma. All right, guys, we're gonna test the E85 before we fill up. Make sure we're getting some good shit. Out. So you got to add water to the first line, and then we'll fill it up with the 85, and it'll tell us what it's actually reading at. I'll be right on a flat surface.
Cupcake, are you ready to go race?
So yep, still testing above 90. We're good. Alright guys, sorry for the shitty quality, but we made it to Noble, Oklahoma, so check this out. One of the straps on the back broke, but look how clean it cut. This is scary. I just noticed this at Walmart when I stopped to get a tire gauge that I forgot, because I'm an idiot. But look how clean it cut, almost like a knife. So it must have been on something real sharp, but luckily we were just right down the street. So when we load up, we're just gonna have to make sure we strap it to something else, because something up there cut it. So yeah, just gotta make sure we strap it around to something else when we're leaving. But here's the track. It's very fucking humid here. It's like 52% humidity, which we're not really used to, but the DA is about 3,800 right now, so it's pretty decent actually already, and it's still about 90 degrees out. So we're gonna get the Sneaky Cat unloaded here, go get teched in, and then see if we can't get a run here shortly. All right, so we just had a hell of a time getting the car off the trailer. I don't know if it's because the truck was lower or what the deal was, but shout out to the guys that came over and helped. I don't think they watched my channel, but yeah, that was a pain in the ass. So kind of broke a little bit of the plastic clips on the front bumper that I just put on, but it is what it is, and I can't wait to load it back up because that's gonna be a pain in the ass. But shout out to Justin and his girlfriend. We met him at We Are Mopar last year. They brought us some boba and bangs, so there's the positive side of the story. So I just retorqued the wheels, made sure everything was good. I'm about to drain the tank, put some ice in it, and go get our first run in, so we'll see what happens. It's cooling down a lot right now. It's about 3,500 DA. It's really humid, but 3,500 DA. I think it's dropped down to like 88 degrees right now, 87. So we're gonna go get the car teched and then get one run in and see how the car does. I may let off at the top end and kind of just see how the car hooks. That way I don't get kicked out on the first run. But and hopefully the bumper doesn't flap now that I broke that plastic clip. But I think it's good. I got it on there pretty snug, so we'll update you guys. All right, guys, so we're filling up with diesel right now, as you can see. Did not actually end up running the car. It took us 2 hours to get the car off the trailer, as I just told you earlier, but thought I'd go over it again. But it took us 2 hours to get the car off the trailer. Got up to the staging lane, car was throwing a code. So I took the car back. It's kind of in limp mode because it's kind of shaking a little bit. So took the car back to the trailer, read the codes, cleared them, sent them to Tim, and sent them to a few of my friends that have Hellcats, and cleared the codes, drove the car around. The codes didn't come back, but at that point it was already about 10:30, and I knew it was going to be a pain in the ass to get the car back on the trailer. So, and I just didn't feel right about running the car. I don't know, something felt wrong, and I don't know if it was because of the elevation. The tune need to be changed, because the elevation here is 1,200 and it's about 3,500 back at Amarillo. So I don't know if that's what threw the car off or if it was something else, but I figure, I know I drove 4 hours and it really sucks, but I figured I would kind of play it safe and just bring the car home. Better to bring it home in good working order than to be bringing it home with a blown motor or transmission or something broken. So I just feel better taking the car home safe. So
Call me a bitch, whatever you want, but it's my car and I make the payments on it, so I'm gonna play it safe. It sucks because the DA did get down to 3,000, so I think the car, my guess, if you guys are wondering, my guess is the car would have gone 9.7s probably at about 142-ish, I would say. I went 10.1 at 140 with no launch on 17s with a 1.5 60 foot in 6,500 DA. The DA was down to 3,000. I'm on 15s, so I could cut a better 60 foot, and the track prep was decent. I was looking at it. Obviously you don't know until you actually run it, but talking to a few people, it was actually decent, and they're actually cleaning the track every like group of passes. Every group that would go out, before they would go out, they'd clean the track, so it was really cool. But I think it would have gone 9.7, 9.6s, maybe at like 142-ish. But yeah, it is what it is. The car is still not technically a 9-second car because I haven't ran a 9. I know it can do it, but until it does it, I'm not going to call it a 9-second car. So we'll get there though. Test and tune actually coming up this Friday, I found out, in Amarillo. So we're going to take the car out there. Obviously the DA is going to be 6,000 or above, so it's not going to go, you know, deep, you know, even mid 9s. I'll be lucky to run a 9.9 there, but we'll get the car figured out, get some logs sent to Tim this week, make sure everything's okay before we run it again. But honestly, I think everything's okay in Amarillo because, you know, I've been driving around, got it aligned, I got on it a few times, nothing happened, the car pulled good, and it didn't even pull a code actually. And when I was driving it, I was just sitting in the staging lane and switched it to track mode and it threw the code. So I don't know, maybe some condensation from the ice tank hit the little stability computer back there. Who knows what it was, but something wasn't right with the car, and that is what it is. Now here's something crazy. This strap, look at that, ripped clean off. Like it looks like a knife cut it. Isn't that crazy? Looked like someone with a knife cut it. Whichever way, Misa and I ran it earlier today. It was on something sharp, so I actually ran it through the back wheels. You can see I got a microfiber, and this is Plastidip Dip or Flexi Dip, so I'm guessing that's going to rub off from the microfiber and the straps, but I feel a lot more confident with it going through the wheels now, because that's how I had the front setup, was the straps going through the wheels and it didn't move at all. But running the straps through the back where we did on the suspension, obviously something cut it, so gonna be safe. Run it through the wheels. If it rubs the plastic dip off, I don't really care. That's an easy 20-minute fix. So I'd rather the car be stable for the 5-hour drive we have back home. So like I said, it does suck because we drove, you know, not 6 hours. It was about 5 hours with stopping once with Cupcake and topping off the diesel. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Sorry you guys didn't get to see the car run, but that's what racing is. Shit happens. You drive 4 or 5 hours and don't get to run your car. So it is what it is. We're gonna try and make it back, but like I said, huge shout out to the guys that helped, and huge shout out to Justin and his girlfriend. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the bangs, thank you for the Thai tea with boba, and thanks for the help getting the car back on the trailer safe and sound. And that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you guys always comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at VanV39, and we'll see you guys on the next one. And I don't know, that guy was looking at me weird.